Hello there, my friends. You saw my little trick. Not exactly Halloween of our dear friend Michael Myers. Direct hit. But it's better than nothing. My apologies, my friends, for not giving you the full 9 yards of another movie in regards to Batman Long Halloween. A pity that we had to come so far to be a little frustrated since Halloween's almost over. Well, that one's unavailable for tonight. Allow me to give you a classic alternative prize. Let's have a little look through the fridge. Just to be safe. Yada yada, blah blah. Da da da. Ha 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 ha. Beetlejuice. A movie that came out. That's strange. It said it came out in March March the 30th, 1988, just 10 years before me and my brother were born. And it says here it was released on August, on the month of our birthday, on the 19th of it. Just 10 years again. Let's see what this was about. And I can tell you without too much spoilers. The ghosts of Barbara and Adam, a married couple, continue to live in their house. When Barbara's sister sells the house to new people, they do their best to drive them out. Yeah, a little spoiler. Let's just say they were still alive by that time, of course, if since they are, well, ghosts. Until tragedy struck and boom, ghosts. Long story but short, they tried to not create a. Actually, it was an accident, and in the end, flat down crashed. And I have to say, this movie is quite a classic, especially from a few legends we all know and love. I can't spell their names out, but I can get the pronouncing. Now let's have a look and see who they are. How many people? How about five or six of them? And I'll bring up my opinion on half of these people later. Actually, darn it.
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin. I remember him. Cats and Dogs. That's a movie with our buddy who played as Spider Man. He was a veteran dog agent named Butch. And I remember him from Boss Baby as well. And I hear that he was in a Mission Impossible movie. And sadly, Mr. Baldwin was in a bit of a incident involving an accidental shooting which cost someone's life. To be honest, I'm not sure how much evidence there was, and I'm not sure how the trial went, but I'm sure it was definitely an accident. I mean, I'm sure, okay, sure, Mr. Baldwin was many things, probably a little bit of a hole sometimes, definitely, but a murderer, at least intentional? Well, thank God it wasn't serious, but actually it was since the accident cost someone's life, but I'm sure he did his best to try and make amends. Something like a community service, which do. Hmm. Says here the charges were dropped pending investigation. Okay. That might. Oh dear. Maybe I might have spoken a little too soon. This could not go very well. Trial will run until next year. Huh? Tampering evidence. Looks like somebody was trying to set him up for a fall. I'll need to have looked at that later. But anyway, back to business. Alec Baldwin was the same one who played as Aidan Mandlin. I can't speak that second name, but it was definitely him. But I remember this lady, and honestly, just like an old friend once said, no matter how old they are, they're still pretty great to us. Of course, it was in a different sentence. My lady.
Gina Davis.
Gina Davis. Stuart Little. The Cutthroat Island. Shira. What else? I guess that's about it, but there were other movies, and I've been double checking Mrs. Davis for a while. She still looks pretty great to me, and to be honest, I enjoyed that pirate movie. Criminally underrated, I must say. Let's just hope.
Jeffrey Jones.
Jeffrey Jones. I hear there's some controversial in that with him, but I'll just lay out his terms. He was in that movie too. Oh, I'm sorry. Gina was Barbara. My apologies. Now, Mr. Jones says Charles Dane. Remember him, and I think I also remember him in Dr. Dolittle too. One of those loggers. Geez, that I kind of hated his guts, especially for a few reasons. But this legendary actress,
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara, the woman who did Home Alone, the multiple Barbie movies, The Elements. I remember mentioning that one a while ago. That was many years later. And The Nightmare Before Christmas. A very legendary actress indeed. And honestly, she still got it even after all these years. Now, this is an old friend I never thought I would see. And honestly, I'm kind of grateful to be making this video, especially for her. Oh, I almost forgot about Catherine's other name. I think it's Dahlia Diaz. But let's check who this actress is.
Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder. Winona, indeed. Remembered her from Stranger Things, and I think I remember first seeing her in Aliens Resurrection. Not exactly as great as the other models, I'll admit, but certainly enough to get her on a notice board. I'm sure there are other movies, but she did pretty well. Now, Layla. That's her name. That's all wear it out, and there he is, the final person. And I can speak about this movie finally with no restraints. I just need a second name.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. The man who was in Tim Burton's Batman. The first two. Jack Frost, an emotional classic. Still driven to tears on my favorite clip. Herbie. Spider-Man. Where did I think he was in another movie somewhere. Hold on. I think I remember him from somewhere else. Oh yeah, he was in The Flash. May not be great, I'll give it that, but I'm sure at least he acted his best, which I'm sure no one can dispute. Ah, Dumbo, Toy Story 3, and Minions. So many movies he's done, so many I should double check. Well, each of these characters were legends. Actors and actresses, forgive me, were very big legends in the game. I didn't know what to think of some of them until I watched it. It was entertaining, very, very entertaining. Definitely some fun in the end. And honestly, I have very confusing emotions, but it's still a strong classic. May not be Tim's best, but I'm sure it would. He did it, but I'm sure it probably teached him much in the way of wishful balance, which is one way of saying you have to make a few mistakes to be the best. And it says here Beetlejuice is coming back after all these years next year in September the 6th. Let's hope it does. As for the original crew, out of half of it, there's only about half of them. The other half, I'm not sure. Yet. Eh, either way, I'll, I'll actually watch that when it comes. So, what did I think of it? Well, it's actually, as I said, fun. The music, especially from a classic old friend, Danny Elfman. I loved his music, and honestly, he did pretty well with these works. And finally, maybe it could have gone a little longer, I don't know, but either way, it was definitely quite invested. And, this actress seemed familiar. Was it Richards? Donna? Huh. Did I seen that actress somewhere before? I get the feeling I heard her voice somewhere. Never mind. I can't spoil much, but the CGI back in the day was definitely evolving, and the acting was timed perfectly along with the music. And none of this would be possible without dear Tim. So, my opinion, should I give it a. Actually, a 7 out of 10, which will probably get a little better. One, 6 for being a classic, and a 7, and another for actually being quite an entertaining movie for this Halloween. One more to go. Although it may not have came out many months early before Halloween, I'm thinking maybe that will be a good movie to end a viewing for this week, and also to maybe clear up the Halloween messes. Well, time to get going. I have other works to take care of. Chop chop. Bye bye.